Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online project Ekalaiva. Already we are discussing about manufacturing industries. In the previous class, I told about what is manufacturing. I gave definition for manufacturing. What is manufacturing? Conversion or transformation of raw materials into finished products in industries, we can call it as manufacturing. In the next slide, I told about the significance of manufacturing, importance of manufacturing. We have discussed so many points like it eradicates poverty in the country, it provides job opportunities to the people, it expands trade and commerce, it eliminates regional disparity. Like that, so many points we have discussed regarding the importance of manufacturing. After that, I told about how agriculture and industry go hand in hand, how these two are helping each other. Agriculture is giving raw material, industries are giving finished products. So, agriculture is giving raw materials like raw cotton, raw sugarcane and raw jute to the industries. Industries, what they are doing? They are giving the completed products like pesticides, insecticides, HYV seeds and PVC pipes for providing irrigation facilities, and they are also providing tractors, threshers etc. to agriculture in order to improve the efficiency of production. Up to that we have completed in the previous class. Today we are going to see some other concepts related to manufacturing industries. Shall we start, children? Okay. The next one we are going to talk about the contribution of industry to national income. GDP, already you know GDP. What is GDP? Gross domestic product. What is that actually? The total value of goods and services, the total final value of goods and services produced in each sector in that particular country, in that particular year, we can call it as GDP. So, we are going to see the contribution of industry towards GDP in this slide. So, here the share of manufacturing sector towards GDP has been stagnated at 17%. So, we are stagnating the industries, the contribution of industry towards GDP is stagnating at 17% over the last 2 decades. So, over the last 2 decades, we are stagnating at 17%. The industrial share towards GDP is stagnating at 17%. The total contribution of industry to the GDP is 27%. So, how much it has to contribute towards GDP? It should be 27%, but we have not achieved 27%. We are stagnating at 17%, and out of which 10% is coming out from mining, quarrying, electricity and gas. So, nearly 10% is coming from mining, quarrying, electricity and gas. The growth of the manufacturing sector had been 7% in the last decade. So, in the last decade, the growth rate has been only 7%, and since 2003, the growth rate has been 9 to 10% per annum. So, since 2003, the growth rate has been from 9 to 10% per annum. The desired growth rate over the next decade is 12%. So, for the next decade, the desired growth rate should be 12%. But since 2003, the growth rate has been from 9 to 10% per annum. But the desired growth rate over the next decade, it should be 12%. In order to achieve this objective, in order to achieve the desired growth rate to 12%, what is that? NMCC has been set up. What is NMCC actually? National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council. National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council has been set up. What is the objective of this NMCC? Actually, they wanted to increase the manufacturing industries and diversify the manufacturing industries so that they can achieve the desired growth rate of 12% over the next decade. So, in order to increase the manufacturing industry as well as to diversify the manufacturing industry, the NMCC has been set up, that is National Manufacturing Competitiveness Council has been set up so that they can increase the desired growth rate of 12% over the next decade. So, that is the main objective of NMCC, so that the desired growth rate can can be achieved by setting up of, by increasing the manufacturing industries as well as by diversifying the manufacturing industries. The next one, we are going to talk about the various factors that affect the location of industry. So, we are going to see different factors that affect the location of industries. The first one, that is geographical factors. There are geographical factors as well as non-geographical factors that affects the location of industry, that influences the location of industries. So, there are two different factors, geographical factors and non-geographical factors that influences the location of industry. First, we will talk about the geographical factors. So, what are the geographical factors? Availability of land. So, what is the first factor? Land availability is greatly needed for the setting up of industry. Any construction activity, whether it is agriculture, whether it is construction of industries, construction of buildings, construction of dams, construction of bridges, construction of roadways, construction of canals, whatever may be, we require land. So, here for industry, land requirement is greatly needed. What is second one? Availability of water. Water availability is greatly required for any industry. We need water, industries need water to cool the machines, as well as they have to generate hydroelectricity from water. At the same time, they have to provide water facilities to the workers in the industries. So, availability of water is also greatly required. So, what is the first factor we have discussed? Availability of land. What is the second factor? Availability of water. What is the third factor? Availability of raw material. Any industry, if they wanted to make a particular product, they need to get the raw material so that they can convert that raw material into finished product. The mere raw material doesn't have any value. The finished product has got more value than the raw material. So, availability of raw material plays a greater role in the location of industry. What is the next point? Suitable season. The suitable season is also playing a greater role for the setting up of industry, for the location of industry. So, under geographical factors, we have discussed land, we have discussed about water facilities, we have discussed about the climate, and we have discussed about the raw material availability also. These four factors are coming under geographical factors: availability of land, availability of raw material, availability of water facilities, and the next one is suitable climate. All these are coming under geographical factors. Other than this, we need non-geographical factors also. What are they? Availability of electricity. Already you know that every industry, we can see different types of machines installed in the industry. Machines can be operated by power. We need power. So, electricity is very, very important to run the machines in industry. So, availability of electricity, cheap and skilled laborers. So, in order to work in order to carry out the various activities, various production activities in the industries, we need to engage skilled laborers as well as unskilled laborers. So, these laborers, they have to be available for cheaper wages. So, skilled and unskilled laborers are greatly required for the industry. The next one, transport and communication facilities. Proper transport facilities are required, not only to move the raw materials from the supply local to the demand local, even for transporting or even for moving the finished products from the industry to the market, we need proper transport system. Even communication facilities also greatly required. Some of the products are perishable products that are produced in the industry. Some of the products that are produced in the industries are perishable products. So, immediately it has to be sold in the market. So, for that we need proper transport and communication system so that the industrialists, they need not face any loss. So, at once these products, they have to, where they have to be moved from the industrial site, they have to move to the markets so that easily they can sell these products in the market and they can earn the profit. So, proper transport and communication facilities are greatly required. The next one, market facilities. What is the main aim of the industrialists? They wanted to make profit, is it not? They wanted to keep the cost of production low. The main intention is they wanted to keep the cost of production low, but at the same time they wanted to get more profit. So they need proper marketing facilities. The market should be closer to the industrial site, so that they can minimize the transportation charges. When the markets are located closer to the industries, the industrialists, they need not spend money on transport. So transportation costs can be saved. So this is one more advantage. The next one is capital investment. So depending upon the industry, what he is going to start, we need capital requirement. So capital requirement plays a greater role in industry. For every production activity in the industry, we need money. So capital plays a greater role. The next one, suitable government policies. So along with the government policies, it has to be carried over for the setting up of industries. So government policies also greatly favored for the setting up of industries. So this slide talks about the geographical and non-geographical factors. What are the geographical factors we have discussed? I told about availability of land, availability of water facilities, availability of raw materials, and suitable climate. What are the non-geographical factors we have discussed? I told about availability of electricity, and cheap and skilled laborers are greatly required. Transport and communication facilities are greatly required. Market facilities are required. Capital investment is required. Other than that, government policies also greatly, it should be suited for the setting up of industries. So all these are the various factors that influences the location of industry. The next one, we are going to talk about one more indirect question, which is usually repeated in the board exam. Industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. Industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. Industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. Industrialization and urbanization are inclusive of each other. So like this, the questions can be asked in different ways, but the answer is same. So here we are going to see the indirect question. The question is not direct here, it is indirect. So you have to read the lines, understand the meaning, then you have to reproduce the answer. So here what they have given, industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. They go hand in hand. They are inclusive of each other. One is helping the other. Industry is helping the, urban centers, towns and cities. Towns and cities are helping the industries. So we are going to relate these two now, industry and industrialization and urbanization. What is that actually? Industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand. Justify the statement. So you have to give, we have to, justify the statement by giving, examples, by giving reasons. Why these two are, inclusive of each other. Why they move hand in hand. What is the first point? Industrialization provides job opportunities to the people in towns and cities. So industrialization, what they are doing, how they are helping the people in the towns and cities by providing job opportunities. So industries provide job opportunities to the people in towns and cities. So industries are giving employment opportunities to the people in towns and cities. How towns and cities are helping the industries, how the people in the towns and cities, how they are helping the industries. So as people move towards towns and cities for jobs, they gradually develop into urban centers. So people for job opportunities, they are moving from rural areas into urban areas. So emergence of towns and cities. As towns and cities are emerging, so people are moving from rural areas to towns and cities in order to get the employment opportunities. And sometimes industries are located in or near the cities. The location of industries may be in or it can be near the cities. So these people, how they are helping the industries, the people, those who are in towns and cities, they are providing various services to the industries. They are rendering so many services to the industries. For example, banking facilities, storage facilities, insurance facilities, transport facilities, communication facilities, financial advisors. All these are provided by the people in the towns and cities to the industries. So in this way, industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. So what is that we are, how these two are related, how industrialization and urbanization are related. Industries are are giving job opportunities. So people, what they are doing, as they are moving to the towns and cities for job opportunities, industries are giving employment opportunities. How the people in the towns and cities, how they are helping the industries, they are providing various facilities. Industries need various facilities from the people in towns and cities. So the people, those who settle in towns and cities, they are providing various services to the industries like transport facilities, communication facilities, banking facilities, storage facilities, financial advisors, all market facilities, all these are provided by the people in the towns and cities. So industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. And consultation, so many other services are provided by the people in the towns and cities to the industries. So in this way, industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. So they will be asking this question, industrialization, urbanization move hand in hand, give reason or prove the statement, verify the statement. So it is an indirect question. So in such a case, you have to read the lines, understand the meaning, and then you have to reproduce the answer. So industries are giving job opportunities. On the other hand, the people in the towns and cities, they are providing various services like transport facilities, communication facilities, storage facilities, banking facilities, financial advisors to the industries. So in this way, industrialization and urbanization move hand in hand. The next one, we are going to see how industry and market are linked. Industry market linkage, how industries and markets are linked with each other. We are going to see now. So what are the various inputs? First we are going to talk about the inputs that are needed in the industry. What are the various inputs we need? Raw materials are greatly required, and other factors of production. I need land, I need labor, I need raw materials, I need capital investment, I need proper infrastructure, and I need, entrepreneur also in order to set up the industry. These are the, inputs in the industry. So apart from raw material, I need land, I need labor facilities, I need capital investment, I need infrastructure, I need entrepreneur. All these are inputs in the industry. So these, for example, raw material availability. If the raw material availability is away from the industry, so I have to move the raw material from the supply local to the demand local. So what goods cannot be moved on their own. It will not move on their own. So what we have to do? Proper transport facilities are required in order to transport the raw materials from the supply local to the demand local, that is industrial site. So I need to spend money for transportation in order to move the raw materials from the available site to the industrial site, demand site. And the next one is outputs. With the raw materials what we are transported in the industry, these raw materials are converted into finished products in the industry. We can call it as outputs are finished products here. Once again, these finished products are transported once again to move the finished product from the industry to the market. I need proper transport facilities. So once again, with the help of the proper transport facilities, I can able to move the finished product from the industry to the markets. What is taking place in the markets? Buying and selling, is it not? So buying and selling is taking place in the market. These finished products, when they reach the market, once when it is sold, they will be getting profit. That is money in the form of profit, is it not? So they will be getting profit. So once again, this profit is invested in the industry. So it is a chain activity. So I need, what are the inputs we need here? So here, apart from land, I need raw material, I need capital investment, I need cheap labor facilities, I need entrepreneur as well as other infrastructure. All these are inputs. Sometimes if raw material availability is away from the industrial site, it has to be moved from the supply local to the industrial site. For that, I need proper transport facilities. So I have to spend for transport. So by spending the amount on transport, I can move the goods to the industry. So in the industry, what is going on? manufacturing activity is going on. That is, these raw materials are converted into valuable products. So once the finished products are ready, output is ready, product is ready, finished product is ready. So once again, I need proper transport facility in order to move the finished good from the industry to the market. So once again, I have to spend money for transport in order to move the finished products from the industrial side to the markets. So after the products reach the market, what will happen? Buying and selling is taking place. So once the product is sold, what is that? They can able to get the, what is that? Profit. They can able to get the profit by selling the money. So once they get the money as profit, so this money once again invested in the industry. What they will do? Once again, this money is invested in the industry. Again, they will be starting the, what is that? Industrial activities. Like this, industry and market are linked with each other. The next one, we are going to talk about classification of industries. So there are various classification of industries we are going to see in detail. What is the first classification? Classification based on source of raw materials. So depending upon the source of raw materials, industries can be classified as agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. So depending upon the source of raw material, industries can be classified as agro-based industry and mineral-based industry. What are agro-based industries? These industries are based on agricultural raw materials. Agriculture is giving raw material to the industries. So industries, they depend on agriculture for raw material. For example, raw cotton, raw sugarcane, raw jute, all these are the raw materials which are needed for cotton textile industry, jute industry and sugar industry. So these raw materials are, what is that? So carried over to the industry where it is converted into cotton, what is that? Cotton textile, which is converted into jute, which is converted into sugar. So when industries get raw material from agriculture, we can call it as agro-based industry. For example, cotton textile industry. So what is the raw material they need for producing cotton textile? Raw cotton. Similarly, jute industry, they need raw jute, and similarly sugar industry, they need raw sugar cane for them in the industry. The next one, mineral based industry. So industries where minerals are used as raw materials. So industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials, the industries which use minerals and metals as raw materials, we can call them as mineral based industry. For example, iron and steel industry. So iron and steel industry, what is the mineral they are using there? They are using hematite. So it is based on, what is the raw material is here? Mineral here, as they are, what is that, using minerals and metals as raw materials. We can classify, we can call this industry as mineral based industry. Example, iron and steel industry and cement industry. So this slide talks about the first classification. What is the first classification? Based on the source of raw materials. What are the two types? Agro based industries and mineral based industries. What are agro based industries? The industries which get raw material from agriculture. So they are using agricultural raw materials in their place. So we can call it as agro based industries. Example, cotton textile industry, jute industry and sugar industry. The second one is mineral based industries, industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials to produce the products. So we can call it as mineral based industry. For example, iron and steel industry and cement industry. So I have started with the classification now. I am concluding up to this today. Tomorrow we will see the remaining, what is the classification of industry. Thank you, children.